Begin by cutting the plastic straps to open the bike box. Once open, remove the accessory box and place it to the side. Then, remove the 4 white clips located on the lower part of the box. With the assistance of a friend, take the top of the box off to reveal the bike. Now, remove the protective packaging. Use caution when removing the handlebars and while cutting the plastic ties to ensure that the bike and its components are not damaged. Please remember to recycle the packaging materials, especially the cardboard and foam whenever possible. With the assistance of someone who can help safely lift the bike, carefully remove the e-bike from the box. Hold your Abound SR steady while pushing down the kickstand to keep your e-bike upright. Use a 5mm hex wrench to loosen and remove the 4 bolts on the stem faceplate. Position the handlebar in front of the stem and attach the stem faceplate. Keep the bolts snug but not fully tightened. Align the upper and lower scale lines of the stem to ensure the handlebar is centered. With the handlebar centered in the faceplate, set the handlebar angle to be in line with the fork, or to rider preference. Then use a 5mm hex wrench to tighten the bolts to a torque of 8 to 10 Nm. Tighten them in an X pattern. Use a 4mm hex key to loosen the 2 bolts on the fork lowers. Then use a 4mm hex key to loosen the upper screw on the fork's arch. Align the 2 brackets together and reinstall the upper fork bolt using the 4mm hex wrench. Adjust fender height and headlight angle, then tighten to secure them in place. Align the front fender stays on each side to the bolt holes in the lower sections of the fork. Carefully begin to thread the bolts into the lowers to secure the fender stays. Note, begin threading these by hand first to ensure that the bolts are not cross-threaded. Insert the 6mm hex wrench into the through axle and turn clockwise to remove it. Remove the through axle guard. Remove the plastic spacer from the front wheel brake caliper. Note, do not squeeze the brake lever before installing the front wheel. Position the front suspension fork onto the front wheel, ensuring the brake rotor is aligned between the brake pads of the caliper. Before installing the through axle, be sure to add a light coat of grease to it. Insert the through axle into the left side of the fork while holding the through axle nut in place on the right side of the fork. Tighten the through axle counterclockwise using a 6mm hex wrench to secure the front wheel in place. Using a 6mm hex wrench to loosen the riser screw located in the middle of the quill stem by turning it counterclockwise. Hold the handlebar and adjust it to the desired height by moving it up or down according to the scale line on the riser. Note, do not go past the minimum insertion line. Once adjusted, make sure that the handlebar is properly aligned with the front wheel. Tighten the stem bolt clockwise with a 6mm hex wrench to a torque of 13 to 15 Nm. The right pedal, marked R, has a standard clockwise thread. Apply grease to the threads, then screw the right pedal into the right side of the crank arm by hand. Use a 6mm hex key to tighten it clockwise. The left pedal, marked L, has a counterclockwise thread. Apply grease to the threads, then turn the left pedal to the left side of the crank arm by hand. Tighten it using the 6mm hex key by rotating it counterclockwise. Open the quick release clamp around the seat post and adjust the seat to the desired height for the rider. Do not raise the seat tube past the minimum insertion height. Once set, make sure the seat is aligned properly and close the clamp firmly to secure the seat in place. Plug in the charger to the charge port on the battery. Be sure to plug the bike in first, then the wall outlet. The charging brick will turn from green to red once it begins to charge. Note, when removing the plug from the battery, you must first press the release lever. Press and hold the power button for 3 seconds to turn on the display. Hold the plus and minus buttons simultaneously for 3 seconds to view the settings menu. Selecting the battery lock option with the center button and then press the center button again to eject the battery. The display will shut off, then the battery will eject. To install the battery, insert the bottom end first, then tilt the top into the bike. Press down firmly and an audible click should be heard. The battery will sit flush to the frame. And that's it. Enjoy riding your new Aventon Abound SR.